Makaisa lang tayo. Makikita na natin kung gagana to o hindi.
Because of this one person, sabi ko I will never collab again.
Sa lahat ng construction, napakalaking bagay ng trust eh.
Yes.
Na-humble ako nung time na yon na hindi ka ganun ka-special.
All of those transformation, they led up to a point of success.
Welcome back to another BTB podcast. I'm still thinking if we're gonna have a theme song, guys. Welcome back to another BTB podcast. I'm still thinking if we're gonna have a theme song, guys. But we're here with a special guest, of course, as always.
So for Beyond the Build podcast, we teach other business owners and contractors how to grow their businesses. And of course, how to even start growing a business if you even don't have a business. So the topic for today is built from nothing. And we have a special guest for us today is Sir Josh of
Hello,
Conrad
hello.
Roofing. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Josh, thank you for being here today. So yung topic nga natin, built from nothing. And a lot of the viewers already know who you are, who Conrad Roofing is, and how far you've gone. But konti lang ata yung nakakaalam how it started. And gusto natin ma-interview or matanong today kung paano mo yun nagawa lahat. Kasi, syempre, you guys are the number one in roofing in the Philippines. If before you, in construction parang afterthought na lang yan eh. Kung sinong kukunin mo sa roofing. Kasi
Yeah.
that's like part of the whole house scope. And now, it's like,
Talaga ba?
wala nang ibang pwedeng mag-roof.
Thank you,
kundi ikaw.
Ang sip-sip naman nito.
Thank you. Ganito ba guys dito? Talagang
Oo, lahat.
hinahype.
Pero
Okay.
wag mong kalimutan yung talent fee namin. Kada sip-sip, 10,000 yun
So, Josh, can you take us back nung time na wala pang Conrad Roofing? How did you even start this business?
Okay, ko lang, summarize ko na lang yung bago ko simulan yung yung Conrad. Parang nung like high school ganyan, college, parang tinatawag na hustler. Alam niyo hustler? Talagang yung hustler lang.
In a
yung-
good way.
Hustler, yung benta-benta ka ng ng kung ano sa mga klase mo, ganyan-ganyan. So doon pa lang, parang doon ko pa lang na okay, parang hindi ko pa alam noon na para sa business yung ganon. Gusto ko lang tumita. And then, after ng college, nandun yung first na nakita ko na, okay, para meron palang business. Meron palang tinatawag na business. Kaya yun yung unang kong business na nasimulan is yung parang mango shake, parang ganun. Yun yung first business ko na, umabot kami ng franchising. And then dun talaga yung parang naging training ground ko as an businessman. Kasi nung time na rin na yun, kakagraduate mo pa nga lang, so wala kang pera. Sinimulan ko siya from scratch talaga. So, manap pa ako ng scrap na cart, ganyan.
Mas
And
mahilig ka
then-
rin pala sa scrap.
Oo, scrapper din ako nung dati talaga. So naisip ko, okay, magtitinda ako ng mango shake. Graduate na ako nito So sinabi ko na ayoko magtrabaho. Gusto kong pasukin yung business. And then dahil nga rin may mga nababasa na akong libro noon na ang pinaka-importante talaga, mag-start ka. Kasi doon mo na doon mo na matututunan eh. Like parang hindi mo pwedeng basahin kung paano matuto lumangoy. Kailangan mo talaga mag-swimming, parang ganun. So, okay, start ako ng kahit ano. Inisip ko pa nga dati mag-fishball, basta magbebenta ako sa bayan. Parang ganun yung pinaka-point. So, ko yung mango shake. Kung naalala nyo yung mango graham shake. Ganun, para nag-trending siya. Yun yung pinakauna kong business noon. And then doon, nagkaroon ako ng mga tao, nag-lead na ako ng team doon. And then, basta ending, lumubog ako sa utang. Hindi naman lubog, 250,000. Parang ganun yung doon yung naging exit ko na, okay, wala na. Kasi siya, hype product eh. So ngayon, ilan na lang ba yung mango shake? Diba? Parang na lang, ilan na lang. Hindi talaga siya nag-thrive mismo yung idea. And then yun nga, pangit lang kasi umexit ako ng may utang. And then, nag-abroad pa nun, nagpunta kaming Thailand para lang mabayaran. And then yun,
When you lost 250,000 and you had to buy that ticket to go to Thailand, knowing that you have to pay it back, what were the emotions that you were feeling at the time? Did you feel parang I didn't do it right, I was failing? What were the emotions coming out at that moment? Take us back nung kinailangan mo, I really need to leave.
so, sobrang hirap dito kasi parang sobrang taas ng tingin ko sa sarili ko nun eh. Kasi like, okay, sige, maging mayaman ako, business ako, ganyan, may business ako. And then umukay naman yung mango shake business na yon. And then talagang na-humble ako nung time na yon na hindi ka ganun ka-special, ganun yung mga naisip ko nun.
You need some tissue, bro.
Okay. Buti na lang pinigilan mo.
You're welcome. If that's extra fee, baka magcha-charge pa tayo. Pang next time na yan, may iyak-iyak.
And then when you were in Thailand, you had to do things that you didn't want to do because you really wanted to be a businessman. There, what was your job there?
Ako English teacher.
English teacher.
English teacher.
Pasample, boss.
Not today. Hindi, joke lang yung teacher, hindi ako iiyak.
It's okay.
Okay.
Nag-props.
English teacher. And then,
Is there a part of you when you... Gano'ng katagal kang English teacher doon?
umabot ng 3 years.
3
Kasi
years.
nung time na yon nagka-pandemic. And then doon, totally nag-shutdown na talaga yung ano. Umalis ako nung meron pa rin pa namang running na store, yung Mango Cheese. And then, nung nandun na, nag-pandemic, zero. Tapos, naisip na, okay, stay na lang muna dito hanggang matapos yung pandemic. In-expect ko 6 months lang. And then, back na ulit ako na siguro mababayaran ko na siya, ganyan. And yun, tumagal ng 3 years yung pandemic. Kaya, tsaka ako.
When you were a teacher in Thailand, did you feel that it wasn't who you are? Everyday pagising mo, hindi ako to eh.
Unang-una, pagkalapag ko pa lang doon na okay, mag-teacher, ganyan. Pero, parang doon ko rin na-realize na buti na lang nag-stay ako kasi doon ko na build up yung ano ko eh. Doon ko nalaman na parang ang business pala doon sa magsisimula kung ready ka na. So, yung 3 years na yon talaga naging training din. Nagbasa ako ng maraming libro, nag-gym ako. Parang binild ko yung sarili ko para maano ko sa universe na, okay, nagre-ready na ako dito. Lahat ng knowledge ina-absorb ko na para pag uwi ko sa Pinas at nag-start ulit ako, masabi ko, okay, ready na ako. Anong problem isa-solve? Anong business yan? Tingin ko kakayanin ko na ganun. Kasi parang nung Mango Cheese time din, ang dami kong time na sinisisi ko talaga yung sarili ko na bakit ganito yung nangyayari. Kasi nandun na yung nag-hype na siya, nag-trending din yung business na yun eh. Nandun na yung clients, nandun na yung mga customer. Parang doon ko na sa akin may mali. So, parang ang na-realize ko doon, kapag yung utak mo is pang 20,000 a month lang, parang kahit bigyan ka ng 1 million, bababa at babalik dun sa 20,000 a month.
That's a good
Parang
takeaway.
ganun.
You can change the opportunities in front of you, but if the person who's taking on that opportunity doesn't change, the results will be the same. So when you were in Thailand, you really made sure in that 3 years, you know what? Ako yung common denominator sa nangyari na yun. It could be many different factors. It could be the franchisee. It could be the money. It could be the economy or whatever. But among all of those, one of those is me. And then what I will do from now on is that I will better myself. I would learn. I would love myself by going to the gym. And I think this is also the time where you gain confidence, not to do videos. I think you were, ito ba yun? Nag-video ka din doon a little bit?
Oo, ako doon, nung nag-gym ako, yung lifestyle video na binibidyo, walang talking, walang kahit ano kasi nahihiya talaga ako. Pero doon ako kasi sobrang payat ko nung dati, doon ako nag-gain ng weight para at least magkaroon ako ng confidence nga na kung ano man gagawin ko, okay, ready yung katawan ko, ready yung utak ko, ready lahat, parang ganun.
Sige. So, when you were able to prepare yourself, when you came home, what was here? When you landed back here, ano yung nandito?
Meron akong like gumawa ko ng listahan sa notes ko. Lahat ng papasok na business idea, ganun. Dilista ko ganun, ganyan. So, nasa 120 ata yung nalista ko nun for
Wow.
3 years. And then, nung umuwi ako dito, iisa-isahin ko siya para, okay, gagana kaya to. Para mamimili ako and then magko-comment ako dun sa idea na yun. Yun yung plan. And then, wala akong ipon. Pag uwi ko dito, tiningnan ko yung mga opportunities. Wala sa listahan ko yung roofing. Bigla ko na lang nakita na kasi parang naririnig-rinig ko na yung AI nun eh. Parang 2020, parang gano'n. Oh, di ba may mga nalabas na AI news, ganyan. So natakot ako, baka naman yung simulan kong business, kainin ng AI, ganyan. So, ang naging idea ko nun, ang simulan kong business, yung century na, yung simula nandito na. Ganon. And then, dun ko na, okay, makapagpasok sa construction. And then, roofing na lang para at least, kasi kung maglalahatan ako, pag-aaralan ko pa. So, ang mga kalabang ko dun, mga engineers, mga architects, mga ganyan, paglahatan. So, sabi ko, sige, mag-stick na lang ako dun sa isang niche para at least, kung pagtutuunan ko siya ng pansin para aralin,
Isa lang.
mas mabilis din. Simula nung nag-start ako noon, 2 months bago makuha ng first client talaga. 2 months. So, 2 months walang income. 2 months, syempre, kada kilos mo may gas, may So,
So, from landing in Thailand, 2 months? Or it was like, from Thailand, nag-isip ka pa kung anong business, tas nung sinabi mo roofing, ilang months yun?
1 week.
1 week ka nag-isip.
Kasi gigil na talaga sa
Okay.
Thailand pa lang eh.
Okay.
Alam mo yung,
So when you landed in the Philippines, you thought about, I want to do something in construction. At the end of 1 week, naisip mo si roofing, and then 2 months, wala. Income. Okay.
Kasi dun sa 2 months na yon, doon ko parang nag-figure out ko kung paano ko ba to gagawin. Pero ang maganda rin, dahil nga nagkaroon na ako may tiwala na ako sa sarili ko dahil yung mga dating business, lalo na yung mango cheese, sinimulan ko siya ng wala. So sabi ko, kayang-kaya. Kasi parang nabasa ko din na pinakadelikadong magsisimula ka ng business na iuutang mo or sobrang dami mong kapital. Parang delikado yun kasi hindi mo alam kung yung business na i-venture mo is tuition pala. Parang dun ka pala Kaya ang daming na trauma. Ayoko na mag-business, hindi para sa akin kasi inutang pa nila.
Oo.
Or buong savings nila talaga nandun.
The risk was high.
Inano ko na rin naman sa utak ko na hindi ako mag-iipon eh. Kasi kung meron akong ipon, tas nagkaroon ka ng challenge dun sa sinimulan mong business, kaya mo mag-quit kasi afford mo. Parang ganun. Parang the power of broke. Kasi broke na broke talaga. So, wala kang nandito ka na eh. So, lahat gagawin. So, business page, Facebook, ganyan. And then, naging first move ko talaga, nag-ko ng uniform. Kahit, ako pa lang magsusuot. Nagpa-print talaga ako ng uniform. And then...
Ito na yun. Iba pa.
Iba pa. Ang dami pang dumaan na version. And then, every day, mag-door to door. So, gumawa rin ng flyers. And then, ang ina-offer ko talaga is inspection. Kahit wala akong alam. Pag may sige, inspect, ganyan. Di ko alam kung di ko rin alam, wala akong idea kung anong problema ng bubong, gano'n. Ang nasa utak ko lang nun is, titingnan ko muna kung meron bang may gusto na itong service na inaano ko. So,
Nagma-market study ka na nun.
Gano'n, parang, so motor ako, umiram lang ang motor. After 1 month, syempre wala na talaga akong budget pang kain. Nagbo-boil na ako ng 3 eggs, ganyan, kasi maraming itlog dun sa bahay. 3 eggs, yun na yung baon ko. Flyers, ganyan. And then dun sa 2 months na yun, 1 month pa dumaan na gano'n, wala talaga. Post sa Facebook, ganyan. Meron pa ilan na yun nag-inspection, pero lang parang, sige, tingnan mo, tas, sige, na lang. Ramdam ko na wala talagang parang gano'n.
Interest.
And then, doon sobrang hirap na kasi wala ka ng pera. Stress ka na. Kasi 2 months na parang sayang naman yung ginugol ko. Tapos naiisipan ko na mag-apply. Kasi apply muna ako kasi namamayat na rin ako ganyan. Pero meron talaga nag-save sa akin yung ano. Kasi sa lahat ng kwento ko, simula nung high school ako ganyan, meron akong partner nun. Si...
No way! This whole time? I'm just kidding.
Hindi ka single?
meron akong partner nun from high school. So, nandito siya ngayon. Ayun.
Sabi, parang naiinis nga yung mukha, itsura niya, parang galit pa siya.
Ayun, nagawa ko lahat ng yun kasi nga, dahil din dun sa partner ko. Kasi talagang, parang una pa lang, high school pa lang, alam mo yun, may believe na sa'yo. Ganun. Kakaiba yung ano mo, kakaiba idea mo. Ganun. Kasi yung ipatatawanan eh. Ayoko magtrabaho, bebenta akong fishball. Pag narinig mo yun, sayang naman yung ano mo. Ganun. Siya parang ano, sige, oo nga. May nakita nga akong nagbebenta ng fishball. 3 anak, nag-aaral lahat eh. Parang ganun yung...
Sobrang supportive.
Nag-aaral lahat, naka-uniform. Ewan ko nga kung paano niya na ano. Parang ganun, yung hinahype ka niya. So, sa 2 months na yon, isa rin yung sa stress ko kasi magkaiwalay kami. Umuwi muna siya sa kanila, umuwi muna ako sa amin. Then sabi ko, kuha na akong trabaho, magsisales muna ako, ayuntin ng kotse, ganyan. Para at least makuha ko lang siya.
Oh.
Ganon. And then nung sinasabi ko na sa kanya, mag-a-apply muna ako, may gumawa na ako resume, ganyan. Sabi niya, nung nag-start tayo, kala ko ba makaisa ka lang na client, makikita mo na kung magwo-work o hindi. Kasi yun yung sinabi ko, makaisa lang tayo. Makikita na natin kung gagana to o hindi. And then after nung isang yun, kita mo nang hindi, edi hindi na, next business, next idea na ulit, ganun. So nung biglang may nagpa-inspect. Sa lahat ng flyers na binigay ko, merong sinabi, pare-paint ng bubong. Doon biglang, shit, yun na, ito na yun. Ito na yun, medyo ginanahan na ako. Ngayon, yung yung client na yun, so yung first client na yun, sobrang, ano bang tawag doon? Sobrang documented yung gusto, ganyan. Nung pinag-aralan ko yung mga kung paano mangontrata mga bubong, ganyan. Di ba wala naman yung iba, sulat kamay nga eh. Sulat kamay.
Materials, labor.
Ito po, ganito. Simulan na namin, ganyan. So nagulat ako, okay. Sige, merong mga client na ganito. Doon din siya rin yung parang naging test talaga na, okay, ito yung market natin. Yung mga client na gusto ng peace of mind. Parang gano'n. Yun yung niya, sinesecure talaga nung client na yun yung na, pag hindi mo to tinapos, papakulong kita. Parang gano'n. Talagang gano'n siya. Sobrang niya. So doon kami nag-draft ng contract. Doon talaga kami may addendum pa na. Doon ko lang din naalaman kasi nagpalit kami ng materials. Gano'n. Sige, addendum. Mapapaganon, addendum. Isa-search ko, ganyan, addendum. Search namin yung addendum. Ayun, and then, doon ko na, okay. Effective yung inspection, effective yung pag nagkaroon ng client. So, paano ako magkakaroon, ibig sabihin, paano ako magkakaroon ng maraming inspection? Yun yung tanong ko kasi pag maraming inspection, so sabihin natin sa lahat ng dinor to door ko, sabihin natin mga 50 yun lahat. Isa yung umokay. So ibig sabihin kung imamat mo yan,
You have to have 50 inspections to get one.
Kailangan mong mapaalam sa 50 na tao para merong isang makakonect sa'yo.
So Josh, when you had that 2 months and you were almost gonna get a job, it was so important that you were the type of character who didn't have ego anymore, who didn't have pride. Nang galing ko eh. Because if you did, then immediately when that first client said, i-document natin lahat, natin lahat, your attitude might be, ayaw mo diwag. But you were more of someone na, sige, that's a requirement. Sige, let me learn what that requirement is. And that became a standard. And then your mindset was more of like, why is he asking that? Instead of like a personal attack na, don't you trust me? But it was more of like, I think this client wants something. I think it's peace of mind. And that became the entire core value of your company. It's because of your willingness to understand, why is he talking to me like that? Instead of making it feel like, ayaw mo sa akin, ipoprove ko sa'yo na worth it ako. Walang ganon. It's more of like, so I need to be trustworthy. I need to give him peace of mind. I need to have this documents in check. If I want this business to be worth anything, those are the top things that I need to do, which was good because your time in Thailand made you into that type of person. So, totoo yung sinabi mo kanina na you're not ready for the opportunity if personally yung pagkatao mo is hindi nandun. Kasi that same opportunity could have landed on your lap before you went to Thailand when you were doing Mango Shiz. Pero it didn't. It was the perfect opportunity at that time kasi ready ka. And aside from that, how it's so important that you surround yourself with the right people. Because let's say you had a partner at the time that was just really, you know, every idea that you've been coming up with is
Hindi gumagana.
walang kwenta. Alam mo, nakita ko yung kaibigan ko, mas may pera sa ginagawa niya, gawin mo yun. It brings you down as a person eh. But since you have a partner that has been with you, believes in you, actually at this point, pwede ko nga sabihin, number 1 fan mo siya eh.
And number
Totoo,
1 hater.
And number one,
Totoo.
na whenever gusto mo na mag-give up, siya yung mismo nagsabi, akala ko ba, try mo pa. You already became that new person. Pero in the moments of weakness na parang, hindi ko sure. May taong, no, this is you. Let's push forward.
Nire-realign talaga.
Nire-realign ka. That's so important. So, that's the part 1 lessons. It's just really, you have to humble down and really work on yourself. Number 2 is to know that what you've worked on is going to be your tool for the future and then the people you surround yourself with. And after that one project, you had a realization, diba?
Sobrang dami.
That if it takes me 50 people to talk to get one project, I can't do that alone. I can't knock on 50 doors every day. So, ano yung naisip mong idea para ma-magnify yung reach mo to see inspections?
Kasi parang ang secret din, 'di ba? Parang if you ask the right question, lalong-lalo na sa sarili mo, parang dapat lagi mo tinatanong. Kung hindi ko tinanong na kung kinaya ko yung 50 inspection door to door, paano ko to kakayanin ng 1,000? So anong kailangan kong gawin? So doon ko na nung tinatanong ko yun, okay, kailangan mag-vlog, kailangan mag-market. Pero hindi lang market na okay, magpa-inspection po kayo sa akin, ganyan. Parang dun pa lang sa sa bahay na i-inspect ko, dapat maraming makita to ng mga, at least kaparehas, kasi lahat naman may bahay, lahat may tinitirahan eh. So parang makita niya na, parang medyo ganito yung bubong ko baka ganito rin yung problema. So dun ko na okay, yung inspection mismo yung videoan ko. Para hindi na yung mga may problema, makarelate sila, okay, ganito rin. Okay, ganito pala kailangan gawin. Yung ang dami kasing nagdi-DIY. So at least doon nakakatulong ka na rin. Pero meron iba na, sige, gawin mo na rin tong akin kung nagawa mo na diyan. Parang ganun yung naging realization ko dun kaya ako nag-start mag-content.
From that first papintura naman ng bubong, and then social media, how long did it take for you to know that parang, wow, this is a huge opportunity for us? Was it at the onset in the beginning or after the social media? Where was the realization?
Actually, di pa tapos yung repainting project na yun. Nakita ko na talaga na, okay, eto na, may business na to. Kasi nagawa ko na to nung dati, okay, kailangan ko mag-hair ng ganito, kailangan ko kumuha ng ganito, kailangan ko mag-market ng ganito. So, ang bilis na, parang nag-align na yung opportunity dun sa mga alam ko na nung time na yon. Nakita ko na siya bigla. Kasi kung, parang kumari, hindi ka aware sa na meron palang Shih Tzu na aso, and then nakita mo siya sa social media na, okay, Shih Tzu pala pangalan nito. Tapos paglabas mo nung
Sorry, na-imagine ko lang yung nag-visualize ako. Wow!
ang layo nung bigla.
No, it's okay.
Ang layo nung, sige, na lang, kotse na lang. Kumari, hindi mo pa alam na merong BMW. Na mahal pala siya, ganyan. Bigla ka merong napanood sa social media na nakita mo, okay, may BMW pala, ganito pala siya. And then paglabas mo ng bahay nyo, yung kapitbahay mo pala is, ang tagal, 10 years nang may BMW, ngayon mo lang napansin. So, ibig sabihin, parang kung wala sa utak mo talaga siya, hindi ka makaka-relate dun sa nangyayari. Hindi mo siya makikita. Never mo siyang makikita. So, ang ko dito is yung opportunity. Nakita ko na siya noon dahil nakita ko na siya before. Parang ganun.
I think the biggest like advantage then of you, which not a lot of people understand, na sometimes advantage is not knowing. Kasi like what Gila was talking about a while ago, let's say Amazon. Kung sanay na sila for 20 years, one style lang ng palitada. Pag dumating bigla si newbie na kakatuto lang, biglang may nakita lang siya sa YouTube na may nagsaspray pala ng palitada. Ginawa niya yun, mas mabilis, mas maganda pala yung innovation na yun. Mas open si bago pa lang, walang idea na ito pala yung usual. Kasi si 20 years, pero gumagana naman sa akin. 20 years na nga ako naging mason. Yung parang naging advantage mo, kasi before, I've never seen, let's be honest guys ha, sa comments please write it down. Have you ever seen a roofing company?
Wala.
Usually just hire like guy from the kalye, di ba?
Kahit sa ibang bansa, I don't know, baka di lang ako nagsasearch, pero sabi ko marami.
Meron sa ibang bansa.
meron
na
ba sa
nakita ko.
Growing up, maraming interior design.
Plastic lang nila.
Yun yung naging inspiration ko din na gusto ko lahat naka-uniform. Kasi ang ganda nung nila.
okay.
May team talaga
they
sila.
got rights there.
Marami ka ng projects dahil nagpo-post ka na ng inspection. Ano yung back end? Kasi syempre, iniisip ng mga viewers natin, sige, pwede mo na mag-post, kahit sino pwede mag-post eh. Pero, pag may client, anong gagawin mo?
Okay,
Anong
sige.
operations meron ka sa likod, di ba? Anong ginawa mo to have that operation? Syempre, wala pa namang corporation si Conrad that time, wala pang department. Ano yung una mong ginawa?
Nung dahil nga walang kapital, and then nung natutunan ko nga na kapag mag-start kayo ng business, pinakamaganda talaga is walang kapital. And then nung nag-down yung client ko, at least parang meron nang nag-provide sa akin ng capital. So nung nakuha ko yung capital na yun, doon ko pinatunayan na okay, magagawa ko to. So nag-hire na ako ng pintor, ganun. Kasi mga 1, 2 days, 3 days job lang yun eh. And then, ang nangyari pa nun, yung material na napili ni client is sobrang tagal na. Hindi ko na sasabihin yung brand. Dumirect na ako dun sa brand na yun. And then sabi nila sa akin, 2 weeks, okay, dadala na, ganyan. Ang nangyari pa nun, dahil nga strict yung client ko nun, talagang nagalit na. Pumunta pa ako doon, nagmotor ako. Ang ginawa ko, bumili ko ng halaman kasi na-meet ko yung mother ng client talaga. Tapos nakita ko yung niya, sobrang dami. Plantita siya. Plantita. Sobrang dami niyang
Art of
halaman.
sip-sip.
The art of
The art of
sip-sip.
That's a
sip-sip.
skill.
No, but the art of client care.
That's the better way to say it.
So, yun din, ito din, napaka-importanting part din yun na kailangan mo, ang nasa ko nun, kailangan ko makarelate dun sa client. So, nakita ko plantita yung nanay niya. And then, hindi naman pwede na, sorry po, ganyan. So, pumunta ako doon. Ang dinala ko, bumili pa ako ng plants. Ang tinanong ko doon sa pinagbilang ko, ano yung mahilig, anong plant yung magugustuhan ng plantita, ganyan. Tapos binigay. And then, pumitas ako ng mangga doon sa amin. Binigay ko, sabi ko, ma'am, peace offering po dahil dun sa delay. Sabi yung gano'n. Para lang po nyo na nagkaroon lang ng problem sa materials, pero in 2 weeks, dadating na po siya. Nandito lang po ako. Hindi ako umano, hindi ako tumakbo, ganyan. Nandito lang po ako. Then, yun, after nun, sige, 2 weeks, ganyan. Okay yung nanay. Yung anak niya kasi yung medyo talagang professional
Siya yung
na.
nagbayad kasi, di ba?
Siya yung talagang,
Pero
sige.
ngayon may kakampi ka na.
Sige, addendum na lang, ganyan. Yun, addendum.
Just to like kind of go in as a business person, the big part of business is really understanding who you're working with. Kasi in the end of the day, we're both humans. Humans have emotions. So, kunwari ikaw, na-delay, may restaurant na-delay order mo, magagalit ka talaga. But it's how the waiter or how the chef will show their, I apologize for the delay, but we have complimentary dessert. Biglang mawawala yung frustration ng customer, di ba?
To tie in there, the science behind that, what you're talking about and what Josh is talking about, is that he actually knew that he had to reach to the human side of the person because every transaction starts off as a transaction. Ang tinatawag niya transactional relationship. So, ang only point of trust dyan is, will you deliver what we talked about? Yes or no? So, you have to hit a deeper level of relationship, which is emotional relationship, wherein, do I like you as a person? Do I like you as a human being? And you don't get that by contract, by delivering. You get that by conversation. You get that by spending time. You get that by giving gifts. The 5 love languages.
Aww. Kaya pala magaling ako doon.
So if you're a company and you think that business is just about delivering a product, it's not. It's actually hitting a certain level of relationship with your client, and you only hit that with either of the 5 languages, which he did was gifts.
Actually, silang dalawa, so si Gila at si Josh, they're like the best sip. What did you call the term? What was the term? that you-
Client care.
Client
So they're
care.
the best with client care. Even with kunwari kami, we're all contractors, we're all friends. Whenever there's a hangout, they have coffee, they have something to give, or like little memorabilia. Because I like Pokemon, I also like One Piece. Whenever we would see each other, kunwari yung Christmas party namin, they have little gifts, they remember the little things. And I'm like, oh, so ngayon, sila yung may mga projects with us. I'm just kidding again. No, but I'm serious. It really does hit different when you can feel the care extends outside of financial benefit. Right?
Because it turns into more of a human.
It is a human
connection.
Yes,
Parang
exactly.
an unreasonable hospitality, parang ganun.
Exactly.
So now that go.
And yung anong din yun mabalik tayo dun sa dapat ready ka as a person. Kasi hindi ko yun gagawin kung hindi ko siya napag-aralan nung nasa Thailand ako.
Totoo.
So dun pa
Napag-aralan
lang
mo din
kasi,
yan.
nabasa ko siya kung paano mag-sales, paano yung customer, ganun. Para nung dumating yung problem na yon, biglang merong umano sa utak ko. Siyempre, hindi mo naman maalala. Like, lahat na nabasa kong libro, hindi ko naman kayang ulitin sa inyo lahat. Bigla na lang may mag-aware na, okay, parang alam ko to kung paano i-solve. Kaya ako siya ginawa. Parang ganun. Parang hindi mo alam na magagamit mo siya, pero kailangan mo lang siyang i-sink in sa'yo. Para pag dumating yung opportunity na yon, bigla nang lalabas na, okay.
Para kami library of knowledge na anytime pwede mo siyang kunin. And that's what you were doing in Thailand. You were just collecting information. And things like that, you just randomly pick out a plant and then you give it. So that made what Conrad is today, the client care.
Hanggang ngayon, sa lahat ng project manager namin, lagi kung meron akong tinuturo sa kanila na, tinuro ko rin yung time na yun. Okay, kilalanin yung si client. Hindi lang kayo para, ayusin yung bubong niya, ganyan. So, ang nangyayari, pag kinakamusta ko sila, kamusta si client, hindi ako nagpapakwento about sa, nagkabit na po kami ng ganito na, tapos, sila, yung client namin doon mahilig sa baril. Ganyan. Ganon sila magkwento sa akin.
Niregaluhan niya ng baril niya. What's up?
Sir, parang ganon. So, doon mo sila doon mo sila kakausapin para, alam mo yun, kasi talagang ang pinaka sa contract, sa lahat ng construction, napakalaking bagay ng trust eh.
Yes.
Kasi sa una pa lang, di ba, down pa lang, wala nang tiwala sa'yo. Nightmare talaga mangyayari sa construction. Kada galaw mo, ano yan? Ano to? Kasi walang tiwala eh.
Since, you really grew from reading books, do you have any recommendations na pwedeng for anyone starting out? Top of mind lang. Kung wala ka talagang maisip, okay lang din naman eh. Pero ilalagay ko pa rin to
Nandun
as...
nandun si How to Win Friends, Influence You. Pero pinaka first ko kasi talaga Rich Dad Poor Dad. So yung
classic.
financial literacy talaga, yun yung pinaka una kong binasa. And then yun, kung gusto niyo simulan, doon din talaga. Kasi maganda eh, mabubuksan yung yung utak mo.
How about you, Ina? If Rich Dad Poor Dad, what's yours?
Oh, okay. This is gonna be controversial. Nobody hate on me on this one. But I'm very more on podcasts because reading books, it's too slow. Like, it needs to be faster. So there's this guy called Grant Cardone.
Sa sales.
Yeah, sa sales. Okay. So he has this saying kasi 10x everything in life. So back in 2022, I had like a really I was at my lowest point emotionally, mentally. Pero nobody knew. It was really internalized nito. I was going through a breakup. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I was going through a breakup with a long-term relationship, and I told myself, okay, the best way to get over any problem in life, is to be busy. So I was like, how do you get busy if I have nothing to do? Kasi back then, hindi naman ako viral. Wala naman nanonood ng content ko. 100 views, 100 like, ganun lang. So pinanood ko si Grant Cardone, and what he said was, you gotta 10x everything. If you're working 8 hours a day, you need to work 20 hours a day. You need to don't sleep kasi your enemies, they don't sleep. And I'm like, my enemies don't sleep. So I really followed it. Ang dami nagsabi kasi na scam daw yung ideas niya. Pero through him, nag-viral ako. So by following something as simple, every time, like for example, ako, tinatamad ako mag-work, I still remember what I heard from him 4 years ago. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, while I'm sitting down, there's somebody out there like working 10 times harder than me. It's like, diba? Like, naging ganun din yung mindset ko. That's why before, everyday ako nagpo-post. Ngayon, guys, napagod na po ako. Hindi realistic. Yung 10x na yun, hindi po yan realistic every single day. You have to understand na, yes, your body may be able to do that, but tandaan, your mind or your heart might not be able to 10x. Ang mas important is to train other people, give them the opportunities, get a legacy project, do something else, train a community, build a community, so that even if you're not working 10x, you've already passed on the knowledge, you've already built your reputation, that you can still do the same amount of effort that you usually do. Pero yung effect nun is 10x. So that's something I learned. What about you, Gila? Maybe there's something you want to input to our audience as well. Ito
So-
talaga si mastermind namin kaya I wanna pick up your brain, you know?
First book.
The first book, I guess, that would change how I think and how I handled Madhouse was Good to Great.
Okay.
It's Jim Collins' book. So Good to Great was how businesses outlast the founder.
Yun yung
Because
binabasa ko ngayon.
Ay, well, that's
Nandun ka na,
good.
sige.
Is there a
ano pala ako,
podcast for
unang-
that?
Nasa one port pa lang.
So Good to Great it's a 10-year study of different companies, and in that 10 years, merong Group A and Group B, and why this one group was able to outlast and became legacy companies. Because for me, it's not good enough to be good at the moment. It should be companies that last. And aside from that, kinumbine ko yun with another book, which is called The Art of War.
Oh, yeah.
Ang kapal nun, ganun.
Yes, the good
There's
to
a good
great,
podcast for that, bro. Ako bahala sa'yo.
the good to great for business and the art of war for mindset, and you combine that together, you get strategic business mindset. So those are the books. So if as to summarize, the books that you guys can read are Rich Dad Poor Dad, a podcast,
Grant Cardone has a 10x book,
10x book,
but I just watched the podcast.
and then Good to Great, and then The Art of War.
So we essentially figured out, so nag-marketing ka, which okay, side comment lang, this is a super side comment. Alam mo how I first met Josh. No, not met ha. How I first realized na, may Conrad Roofing Services. Yung pinsan ko kasi dati, siya yung editor ng GLI. Bago ito, kaklase niya yung pinsan ko. At this time ha, nagba-viral na ng konti si GLI. Sabi ng pinsan ko, alam mo yung kaklase ko, nasa construction din. Actually, sinasabi kung pwede ako mag-edit sa kanya. Sabi ko,
Kinanta agad ako?
Oo, agad.
Grabe
He
naman.
threw you under the bus so fast. I'm like, sino yan? Ito, si Conrad Roofing. So my first impression of him was, he's a thief. He's trying to steal my editor. Ako nga, hirap na nga sa buhay ko. Ito, magnanakaw pa ng editor ko. And then he came to our second store na. I said, ay, mabait naman pala siya. Okay.
Ano
And
yun?
then,
Di ba, wala pa ako Facebook ko, sobrang wala pa
TikTok ka
talaga.
pa nun, TikTok ka pa nun.
ako medyo nagkaroon ng views. And then sabi ko, ang lakas nito sa Facebook. And then talagang hindi sa sip-sip, ganyan. Talagang pinapanood ko talaga siya nung nag-start ako.
Matic.
Kasi ano ba yung nag-work? Ganon. So tiningnan ko siya. Kaya merong bulong si Conrad Roofing sa huli. Ginaya ko yung GLI. Alam mo naman kumanta din ako, di ba? Ang pangit nun, GLI. Parang, ang ginawa, ayun, naging bulong. So, parang dinadissect ko yung videos niya. Paano to nagba-viral, ganyan? So, tinitingnan ko. Okay, yung hook niya, nakaka-relate agad sa mga so, ginagaya ko siya. And then yung outro, ang ganda pala pag may outro. Kasi nung nanonood ako sa kanya, minsan, nabang nagluluto ako, bigla ako napapakanta ng GLI, ganyan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yun yung
The LSS vibes, yo.
And then nung sinabi sa akin nung editor mo na pinsan nga, sabi ko, pinsan. Wala akong, syempre, alam ko naman na kapag magko-collab, ganyan, kailangan magbayad. Wala naman akong pambayad kay Ino. Magkano yung...
Well, at that point in time, I was traumatized in the power tool industry. May na-collab kasi ako, this is just for the record, may na-collab kasi ako, and parang nasira niya yung... because of this one person, we're just not gonna be specific kasi kilala siya sa niche na yun eh. Because of this one person, sabi ko, I will never collab again. And it was until Gila came that I decided na, okay, maybe it's been a few years now, let's just take a risk. And because of that, naman, nagko-collab na ako. Without Gila, I'd still be in the mindset na, what if you're just using me? What if you're just... Kasi dati wala pa akong sponsorships noon. To me, it's like, oh my God, there's somebody in the industry who wants to hang out with me. Let's play, let's do something fun together. And nang time na yun, kilala na kita, but through the wrong reasons nga. Diba? So, pinapanood kita lagi, so ganito pala
Hindi,
ito.
yung time naman na yun, syempre, meron na rin ako natutunan na dapat lahat ng is win-win. Di ba? Parang lahat ng every transaction, lahat ng mamimit mo, dapat win-win kayo para maging okay.
Yeah.
Wala pa akong something na may offer kay Ina na, Ina, bayaran kita ng 1 million para mag-collab. Wala namang ganun. So, meron siyang shop. Sabi ko, sige, dyan na lang ako bibili ng power tools para at least meron naman akong na-i-offer kahit ano. Pero, syempre, inano ko yung editor mo, nandyan ba si Ina? Tinatimingan ko, sabi, nandun, nag-edit sa and then, tsaka ako nag-drive papunta doon. Sabi ko, sige, ito na. I-force ko na lang siya ng collab. Pero hindi naman yung sobrang ano. And then, nung nandun na, ayun, kung ano yung naging first video
Bahay
na.
build to?
No,
Hindi.
this is hindi pa construction era.
Pero yun pa
That's
yung-
that's how long we've known each other.
Oh, wow.
Yun pa yung kasi nung nandun ako, nung nag-collab na kami, kinausap niya ako, ang daldal talaga ni Ina noon, una pa lang, oo. First pa lang.
Hindi kasi nga, nung time na yon magaling kasi to sumipsip nga. Alam mo, di ba, ang dami namin brand. Pinili niya pa yung mga pinakamahal namin na brand. Sabi ko, ay, mayaman pala to. Ay, ang bait nito. Kasi nga, my only idea of him was, before this, yung mga content ginagawa mo.
Nagbasa nga siya ng How to Win Friends.
Kaya nga nanalo talaga siya.
Diba?
Pero nagugustuhan ko kasi yung content niya before, pero secret lang kasi, alam mo naman, pinapirate niya nga yung editor ko nung time na yon.
Hindi mo na naisip na nung magkausap tayo, nawala na yung...
Nawala yun. Ang
pinaka-offer.
galing. Sobrang galing niya, promise. No, this is not sip-sip. This is actually true. Kasi nga, paano nawala yung idea na ganun? He was doing content back then na, kunwari nagkamali siya, and then he will fix the mali. Like, he's showing it. Back then, I don't show mistakes. Diba? Remember my content? He's the reason na kind of na-push ako na, pwede palang mag-reply in a positive way.
Yeah.
So, nag-change yung buong PR ng GLI because of him.
Wow.
Kasi like, kunwari may mag-hate comment,
Bago
I
yun,
didn't know how to respond to hate. Pero nung nakita ko, nagkamali nga siya eh. Pero naayos niya. Sabi ko, pwede palang
Kami
mag-reply. Diba?
Sa Madhouse, sabi ko, tinan mo kung gaano ka-brave si Josh mag-reply.
Diba?
Dapat marunong din tayo mag-reply.
Exactly. He's one of the pioneers. Yun yung, for 100% sure, walang gumawa nun sa industry natin. Siya yung nag-pioneer nun. Tsaka siya rin yung nag-pioneer nun ng, kunwari, may client siya, he gives back to the community. That was never done before.
Siya din yun.
Oo,
Siya din
siya nga
yun.
yung na-pioneer nun. In our industry, wala pang gumagawa nun eh.
If you notice in this video, mas marami tayong time na spinen dun sa origin rather than where it is now. Kasi people can see that online eh. Punta ka lang sa Conrad Roofing page. You can see how many clients they have, how many inspections they have, how many employees, and gaano kalaki yung HQ nila. Lahat nandun na yun eh. That's the mountaintop stories eh. Everything on the Conrad Roofing page. But these valleys that he had to went through, ito yung mga, dito mo lang siya maririnig sa Beyond the Build. But syempre, for those that don't know Conrad Roofing, share mo naman kung nasan na siya today.
Yeah, and can you kind of dive deeper into, kasi you're talking more how to get clients now. How do you close the deal? How do you seal the deal? Speaking of seal the deal, we got over here Pioneer Pro Elasto Seal.
Hindi, nagulat lang ako kasi ito yung parang nandito na sealant. Kasi ito rin talaga yung ginagamit namin na lalo itong clear. Parang ito yung sa mga projects namin, sa bubong, sa lahat ng latero, makaka-relate dito na sobrang halaga talaga ng sealant. Sobrang dami namin try. May makikita ko sa mga videos namin na ibang brand, ibang pero syempre yun yung mga trial eh. Syempre itatry mo ganyan. Pero and then makikita mo kung ano yung nag-work. So ito talaga, itong clear na Elasto Seal ng Pioneer. Naging tas nagulat din ako ngayon lang din. Parang nag-uusap na yung Conrad Roofing and Pioneer para sa sa sealant.
A full circle.
Full circle moment then.
So expect to see soon.
So
Content
that
soon.
brand also gives the company peace of mind kasi maganda yung quality ng product niya.
Tsaka ang dami, hindi lang clear eh. Sobrang may mga bago sila nilalabas ngayon.
Yeah, so siguro that makes a lot of sense why you're so confident in social media. Kasi if you're so good at making friends ka, somebody like me who's super closed off to collaboration, you were able to open me up. So that means yung skill na yun, you were able to translate it agad into your social media.
Hindi ka, magkaiba talaga social media. Like, content versus dun sa real life na
Talking.
Sobrang hirap talaga nung first. Alam ko, sure ako sa inyo din dalawa first vlog nyo. Sure ako.
Deleted na yung akin eh.
Natatawa na kayo sa first vlog nyo. Sobra
Deleted
talaga,
na.
sobra. Ako, nung nag-start ako, ayoko pa talaga magsalita sa camera. Sino sa inyo nag-start ng nagsalita na agad habang may camera?
Si Gila, I watched a few of her videos before pa. My dad actually showed me her videos.
2015.
Yeah, so nagtotalk na siya. Ako hindi pa ako nagtotalk noon.
Hindi ko kaya yung hi guys, ganun. Hindi ko kaya. Ngayon kaya ko na, pero nung dati talagang hindi. Ang ginawa ko na lang, okay, inspection, video, ganyan. And then ito talking head ko na lang sa bahay. And then syempre, wala pa akong phone lang. Ang ginawa ko nun sa cabinet. So buksan ko yung cabinet, tapos nandun ako sa may mga damit para, alam mo yun, anong tawag doon? Yung sound, hindi. So, hindi ko pa rin dinidelete yun hanggang dun sa pag scroll back nyo dun sa Conrad Roofing, yung pinaka-first na video, ganyan. Yun. Parang sobrang cringe talaga na, pero hindi ko
Doon ka
talaga
nagpa-practice sa cabinet kung paano mag-talking head. Grabe.
Naganto ako ha. Hello. So guys, inspect. Naganon talaga. Tapos pag ipinlayback ko, ba't ganito? Ba't hindi talaga So, nangyari na lang doon? Bahala na. Okay na yan. Tapos, dahil nga busy na, meron na ulit work na gagawin, ganyan. Post na lang.
Grabe.
Do you remember the turning point for you? Like, what was the video that changed Conrad forever? Like, what you can do it in different aspects. It doesn't have to be the same. Kunwari, yung isa nagpa-viral sa'yo. Pwede yung isa naman, dun ko
Biggest
dumami yung sites mo, di ba?
Nung siguro mga 6 na video na yung na-post ko, tapos tinignan ko yung views. Meron doon isa nasa 6,000 views, ganyan. TikTok, 6,000. Ang ginawa ko, sinearch ko sa Google, 6,000 people stadium, ganyan. Tapos inaano ko, grabe ganito karami yung para ako nagko-concert. Parang gano'n. Hina-hype mo na lang din.
That's true.
That is so true. You never think of it like that,
Yeah.
no?
I-hype mo na lang
Pag
din.
million views, di nga kasya sa stadium eh.
Oo, that's crazy.
And sa dami nito, ganyan. Ayun, parang doon na okay, may nanonood naman sa akin kahit 6,000, dami na rin. So hindi ko na-expect talaga na na meron akong mga videos na magmi-million, ganyan. Ang ginagawa ko na lang talaga, ini-improve ko lang. So nood ako ng mga ibang lalo GLI. Ba't ito nagmi-million about power tools? Bakit?
Because that was cute.
Oo nga. No.
Just kidding. Oo nga, no?
Isa na rin yun. So yun, parang doon ko na siya na i-improve ko lang everyday yung
So
yung
you always had the mindset of constant improvement.
everyday talaga.
Grabe no. It's coming full circle na everything that you have prepared for is different moments in your life na nagamit mo siya. In this short discussion, we have seen the transformation you have as a person and as an entrepreneur. And all of those transformation, they led up to a point of success.
Yun, nabasa ko rin yun sa yung compound, yung
Compounding effort.
ayun, yung yung nagko-compound lahat ng effort na gagawin mo.
Yes.
Like, kung everyday ka kumakain ng 5 kutsarang asukal, syempre, meron point na magkakaroon ka na ng diabetes, parang gano'n. Ngayon, kumain ka, walang effects. Kasi first day mo pa lang ganyan. Pero kung araw-arawin mo, meron at meron.
So,
That's so true.
where is Conrad Roofing now? Like, if you're willing to share to our audience, kasi they are now hearing all of how you started, where is it now na parang you could say, oh, this is how Conrad Roofing is now? If you're willing to share lang naman.
Ang good problem talaga ng Conrad Roofing ngayon is scaling. So, nandun na kami sa stage na building na ng pinaka-main team sa back end. Kasi hindi ko na parang dumating na yung point na nagiging bottleneck ako mismo eh. Like for example, hiring, ako mismo yung kakausap dun sa na kapag ganun, hindi ko siya ma-scale kapag ako na ng ako. Like, ako yung magiging project manager. Ganyan. So hindi nag-grow yung business kasi lagi kong ini-interrupt. Parang dumating na kakatapos lang ng point na gano'n. Kasi parang kang nagbe-bake sa oven and ng cake. Pag nilagay mong gano'n, tapos silip ka ng silip. Okay na ba? Okay na ba? Hindi siya maluluto ng ayos. So, yun yung naging challenge sa akin ngayon na mag-step step out muna, titingnan ko lang na kung okay yung naluluto, ganyan. And then support, and then...
You've learned to grow your team and delegate. And sometimes when you start a business, it could be anything. And along the way, you can figure out parang ano yung para sa inyo. And you know, the thing that you can use as a guideline kung ano yung business na para sa inyo, it's knowing your core competency.
Yes.
Ano ang core competency mo? So some people say, oh, ang core competency ko is engineering, architecture. No. Core competency is kahit gawin mo siya at this moment in time, you can do it flawlessly kasi that's your inborn skill. So if you're a business owner and you're thinking, what's the next business that I'm going to do? Or is my business going the right direction? You have to understand, you have to find your calling. So for example, in GLI, they found their calling in general construction or structural design, yung malalaking projects. Si Josh nahanap niya in roofing. Sa amin nahanap namin in design. Because it's a reflection of who the owners are. And sabi nga ni Ina kanina, tsaka ako, we've never seen a roofing inspection video before. And maybe you're the next one na makakaisip what type of niche that is na mapapasabi kami, I've never seen a blank video before. And whatever that is, I'm sure you're gonna figure it out.
I'm just gonna give advice to anyone out there. I've never seen a landscaping here in the Philippines. Kunin nyo na po. Kasi iniintay ko na po eh. Gusto ko po manood ng mga landscaping videos. Wala lang.
Ang
Gusto ko
dami
yung
pa,
mga
ang
cable
dami.
pulling. Sabi ko,
Oo,
ay, mga game,
ang
palagay ko
dami,
yung cable
dami.
pulling.
Oh, diba? Like,
Ang dami.
there's so many. And
Ay,
tandaan,
hintayin namin
guys.
kayo, hintayin
Oh,
namin kayo.
hintayin namin
I
yan.
know when you look at us, you're like, wow, siguro if I go do design, I do roofing, I do general construction like this, pwede papaldo ako. But you need to understand, guys, ha? Look at Sir Jos. Sumakay din siya sa Mango Graham trend. It's not about joining a trend. It's about making your own trend.
Yes.
Becoming the trend. Yun po yun.
All right, so that's episode 2 of Beyond the Build podcast. And the things that we've learned today is that when you're starting a business, number one, if you do fail at the first try, you have to understand that's going to be part of the process and you have to be ready to move forward. And number 2, once you're moving forward with that, you have to know that you have to grow yourself. If everything falls apart, what's remaining is yourself. So you have to grow yourself, you have to grow your knowledge, you even have to know or love yourself so much so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready. And number 3, you have to know that which opportunities are for you or not for you, and you have to be patient in the process to wait that you get that next big deal. And then once you do get that, you use all of the knowledge that you have gained for that company that you're going to put up. And number 4, you have to also understand that when you do social media or content, there's a sense of certain responsibility to it, that you're not only do it for fame or fortune, you're actually do it for the business that you're putting up and the people that are with you, and you're also educating the people around you. And lastly, number 5 is that when you do pick the niche or business that is for you, you're going to have to make it a reflection of who you are.
Now, lastly, because I also want to add to that as well, first of all, guys, this is live. Like, Gila is summarizing all of this live. So shout out Gila, ang galing. Okay, a round of applause for Gila for that. But just to add to that, I think something very important that Sir Jos was also mentioning was support. You know, he had support from his partner, support from friends and family, ganon. So may support siya. And it's very, very important if you want to grow your business to have a good support team. Now, speaking of support, I do want to thank the people supporting this podcast, the brands behind and helping us make this podcast happen for you guys. First and foremost, thank you so much, Pioneer Adhesives.
T by Mix Concrete Admixtures.
Okay, bye!